One California Day essentially is a collection of stories about the California surfing experience.
One California Day came about when Jason and I were talking about working together on a project, and since we're both from California, and it seems like in recent years there's been so much emphasis in surfing on remote destinations and boat trips and things like that, we kind of said, hey, let's do something about California, because it seems like it's often overlooked and it's in our backyard, and there's really interesting people there, there's tradition here, there's all these elements that make for a really good story.
Our game plan was to focus on key people in various surf regions up and down the California coast. Through introducing the audience to these people, where they live, some of their interests outside of surfing, we're really hoping to kind of, paint a broader picture about surf culture and in particular the California lifestyle and the surfing lifestyle on the West Coast.
We really wanted to focus on the different areas of California. I mean, from north to south, there's so many variations in not only in the topography and the coastline, but also in the attitudes of the people. So we broke California down into basically 7 regions. We had in San Diego, where we had Joel Tudor and Devin Howard. In Orange County, focused on the young guys, Alex Noth and Tyler Warren. In the South Bay, we have Tyler Hidzikian, who's just a craftsman of the mold of the old school. In Malibu, we have Jimmy Gamboa, who really represents the spirit of surfing from a bygone age. In Santa Barbara, the point breaks there, those are the waves that shaped the way that Joe and Tom Curran surf. In the case of the Malloys, they were very passionate about California. Chris Malloy, really paints a picture of the way California was. In the Santa Cruz region and up in Northern California, we focused on Dane Turley, who's just a really surf-stoked guy. And we were also very fortunate to incorporate in the story some of the older generations, Greg Knoll, Lance Carson. I mean, these are people that had such an effect on, putting California surfing on the map. So it was pretty neat to be able to incorporate those guys in with the young guys. And I think we were able to capture a perspective on surfing that really spans the generations.
Obviously when you're making a surf film, you hope for good waves. What we didn't expect is what people are now calling Big Wednesday, which was, as some have said, one of the biggest, cleanest swells the Southern California region's had in about 20 years.
It was a swell that had a very westerly angle to it, which for California, in the wintertime, a swell that powerful with that westerly of an angle is pretty unique. And when it looked like that swell was actually going to happen, when it was like, yes, it's coming, Jason and I set out a game plan and like, everywhere's going to be good, what are we going to do?
A major Pacific storm about 2,000 miles off the California coast has generated extremely large swells that will arrive in central and southern California. The outer coastal waters will experience westerly swells 13 to 15 feet with a period of 17 to 20 seconds.
So, we decided to kind of break up, and Jason was going to go up to Santa Barbara and I was going to go down to San Diego, and, we were just going to stick it out and just shoot all day and hopefully, you know, get what everyone was saying was going to be, you know, the swell of the decade. Stayed like that all day, and the weather stayed good all day. You know, for the next 2 weeks, the weather and the waves just stayed so good.
Southern California was offshore almost all day, swell anywhere from head high to double overhead. And, you know, that's what you hope for, that's what you dream of. For us to be rolling cameras during that period was really serendipitous, and it was some of the best surf people had seen in Southern California for a long, long time. One California Day for us is an opportunity to tell a story about a place we know and love so well, having grown up here. As this film's coming together, I think we've captured a moment in time that could live long beyond us. A story about a place and the people who live there, but also the people who lived before them.
One California Day doesn't take place on one day, you know, nor is it a guide to where to go in California to go surfing. It's a movie about the California spirit, about tradition, about the generations of surfers that have come from California. We just really wanted to document and shed light on what we feel is this rich culture of surfers that live in California. And that's something that has gotten passed down from generation to generation. And it's a little something that lives in each one of us as surfers. As surfers, we are carrying on that tradition. And hopefully, you know, the audience will appreciate that and will see, you know, how much went into making this film.
Maybe someday somebody write a book about me, though I'm not too sure what its pages would read.